Welcome back, chapter 28. So, what's this all about? Lucky asked, looking at the dishes I spent hours making spread around the table on a lazy Susan. It's called dinner, I said. It's really pretty. It doesn't look like anything we've eaten here. I know you didn't make all of this, Lo, Sadie said. I did. And Lucky, you can eat everything on this table. I know exactly what it is, Corinthia said. It's called a healthy meal, and we should all just shut up for a minute and thank Larethia for taking the time to make all these beautiful dishes, then ask her to explain what the hell it is. And even if we don't like it, when we taste it, we should just all pretend like it's delicious and eat it anyway. Okay, Lo? I threw a dish towel at her, but missed on purpose. First of all, I would like to say, get used to this if you plan on eating here ever again. All of these mouth-watering dishes are from my diabetes cookbook, which I hope doesn't spoil them for you, but too bad. Now I want to announce that the new House of Beauty and Glamour will have its grand opening in a few weeks, and your invitations are under your plates. And of course, everybody just had to lift their plates up, but when I cleared my throat, they slid them back. Could you just tell us what the hell each one of these is, so I can decide what I want to take home? I knew Lucky was going to be difficult, even though she's been trying her best to lose the bitch that's still huddled in a little corner somewhere deep inside her. Okay, this is called Chipotle Grilled Pork Tenderloin with strawberry avocado salsa. And this is spicy brown rice. That's spinach and onion couscous. Those are salmon fish cakes, and the salad is spinach, feta, and goat cheese. As you can see, there is no bread, and I will never do this shit again if you keep giving me grief. I spent all afternoon preparing this meal for you, huzzy, to impress you. So somebody please bless the food and let's eat up. Wait a minute, Corinthia said. Who is that cute little dog? BB King has his arm around like she or he is his baby. That's Billie Holiday. She's a rescue dog, and apparently BB King thinks he's her stepfather. She has perked him up like a double shot of espresso. Both dogs looked up. Both dogs looked at us as soon as they heard their names. Hi, BB. Hi, Billy. What is it with you naming dogs after our most beloved and revered singers, Laretha? Whatever happened to Butch and Sparky and Princess? Lucky asked. I'm honoring their memory. But they're dogs, Lucky said. Wait, I take that back. I'm trying to get used to not being negative, so please forgive me, bitches. You know, I've been thinking, I said. Not again, Lucky said, but then crossed her lips and says, by all means, let's hear it. Everybody threw their dinner napkin at her. Lucky threw them back with a smile. Let's bury calling each other bitches. We aren't bitches. We're lifelong girlfriends. Deal? Deal, the chorus said. Now, can we bless the food since some of it might need to be microwaved if we keep jabbering? How about you, Big Mouth? Of course, I pointed to Lucky. All of us closed our eyes and bowed our heads. But then we looked up because BB and Billy were snoring. BB King, wake up, Sadie yelled and tried not to laugh. He lifted his head and looked around like he didn't know where he was, but he then dropped his head and closed his eyes and we heard nothing. Okay, Lucky said as we bowed our heads again. Lord, thank you for letting Laretha prepare what looks like an interesting meal that I hope is good. And please bless this food in our lifelong friendship. And even though we will always get on each other's nerve, you know it's all out of love. Please say hi to Poochie for us and let her know she will always have a seat at our table and in our hearts. We hope you continue to guide us and keep us healthy and safe and strong. Amen. Anything else you want to add, Corinthia asked Sadie. I loved every word of it, Sadie said. Why am I not surprised? Lucky asked. Okay, let's eat, I said, and thank you, Lucky. She rolled her eyes at everybody else and looked at me and said, you're quite welcome, Lo. and we ate. And every bowl and plate on the table was empty. Of course, I had made extra of everything and stashed it in the back of the second shelf of the fridge for tomorrow because I knew they would eat it all since it was delicious. If only I'd known how tasty healthy could be, I would have been eating like this years ago. Next time, don't be so damn stingy with the portions, Cole said. And give me the name of those cookbooks. I'm sure Joe would appreciate a meal like this too. We just smiled at her. Lucky then took a deep breath. I would like to say that having gastric bypass surgery was the smartest thing I've ever done. I've decided not to beat myself up anymore for allowing myself to become obese. I feel lucky to be alive. I'm not trying to get all mushy, but losing Poochie has helped me appreciate the fact that I have choices and it's not too late to make healthier ones. And I know I can be a bitch, and I probably always will be, but I want to be a nicer bitch. I hope you bitches, ladies, will keep on loving me anyway. Also, Joe and I have decided to stay put. We are thinking of turning the guest house, which he's not living in anymore, into one of those Airbnbs or Vrbo type places, which is exactly what we're going to be renting when we go to Panama, Costa Rica, Kenya, where we might go on safari, even though I'm scared of big animals. All I know is right now is the best time of our lives, and Joe and I have decided to milk it. But it'll be low fat. Wait a minute, I said. What about the reefer? I still take a hit every now and then, but it helps me balance. Balance what? Sadie said. My equilibrium. You've got to be kidding, I said. Sometimes I lose my balance and marijuana helps. Whatever works, Corinthia said. But we'll be able to tell if you're stoned, so watch your step. We just applauded and laughed at the same time, which woke up BB and Billy, so I walked over and let them out the side door. When I came back, Sadie waved her hand for Corinthia to go. Well, ladies, I'm not turning my house into any Airbnb or Vrbo. My wonderful new husband, Henry, is handy on a whole lot of levels, I might add, and he is fixing up the house to bring it up to the 21st century. So all my grandchildren and great-grandchildren, including Bird's little ones, will soon be able to come spend some weekends and the summer, but not the whole damn summer, with their grandma and their new grandpa. And Laretha, FYI, I am going to be working at the house when it opens because selling real estate is not fun. I love the new house. It's classy as hell, and I think it was a blessing the old one got robbed. Anyway, Henry and I will be doing some traveling and might be joining Joe and Lucky from time to time. So let me know if I get vacation pay. So, there you have it. You're hired, I said. You don't think I'm too old? It's my shop, and I'm old. And what the hell does being old have to do with anything? We're not dead yet. All eyes turned to Sadie. So, I would like to acknowledge how grateful I am that you all mostly kept to yourselves what you thought you knew about my sexuality. I was afraid to admit it to myself for fear that I would be punished by the Lord. But over the past years, so many people have come out, including people in the clergy, who, after all, are human. I know that too well after making a fool of myself with one of them. When Callie and I met at my new church, she comforted me and I allowed myself to accept her comfort, which turned into love. I have to say how happy I am to have friends like you all who have not ever given up on me. I am proud to let you know that I am now one happily married lesbian, and even though we elope, we intend to have another ceremony just for us girls. Plus, I want gifts. I am also happy to have returned to the Pasadena library system where I will oversee the reading program. I know it's cliche, but age ain't nothing but a number. I'm owning it as much as I own my love for you all. We all applauded. Well now, I've told you about my grand opening, but I am also thrilled to announce that I have sold the LA store to two beautiful young black college graduates. Oh, and I look forward to taking another cruise next year. But can we please go somewhere more exotic like the Caribbean? Everybody nodded. So, I have to ask you all, I said. With so many changes happening, do you ladies still want to keep having these dinners once a month? They all looked at me as if I was crazy. But what if we have nothing to report? That will never happen, Cole said. These dinners give me life. This is where we know it's okay to feel what we feel and say it without worrying about being judged, Lucky said. Well, that's not true, I said. But who better than each other to judge each other? Everybody nodded. Poochie would agree if she was still with us, Lucky said in a soft voice. She is still with us, Sadie said, and we all nodded again with a smile. Okay, I said, clapping my hands. I would just like to put this out here right now. I do not need or want a birthday party this year. Everybody looked at one another as if they had something to tell me and were fighting over who was going to do it. We decided in Vegas that we were done with celebrating your birthday, Lucky said. You aren't as special as you think you are. Well, maybe you were to Carl. But we all agreed that we should just have one big bash in Vegas for all our birthdays on a agreed upon date we'll all vote on. I was thrilled. With that, we knew we were full. But as my besties started clearing the table, the doorbell rang. Everybody froze. Is it Jalecia? But no one more than me. I looked out at the driveway and did not see a car, so it wasn't Kwame. I couldn't imagine who might be ringing my doorbell at 9:30 at night. Everybody looked at the front door. I was shocked when I saw a short afro through the clear part of the stained glass. When I opened the door, there was my daughter smiling, looking strong and beautiful. B.B. King and Billie Holiday rushed up behind her, wagging their tails. She hugged me like she hadn't seen me in years. Hi, Mom. Hi, I said with a little trepidation. Welcome home, Jalecia, everybody behind me screamed. Well, are you just going to make your daughter stand out on the front porch? Lucky said. Come on in here, baby, Cole yelled. And just as I was reaching out to take Jalecia by the hands to gently pull her into my arms, Corinthia brushed right past me and yanked her inside. You look 5 years younger, sweetie. Maybe I should go where you've been, Lucky said, and then realized maybe she said the wrong thing. I take that back. I'm sorry. It's all good. Hi, aunties, Jalecia said, and started smiling like she hadn't seen them in years. Everybody ran over and hugged her, and I just stood there watching the joy on my daughter's face, and I knew something good had happened to her. Oh, that's the end of chapter 28. Jalecia made it home. I'm so happy. Okay, so is this the time for them to sit down and talk after the friends leave? And talk? Well, at least she came, right? Okay, so everybody is doing well. They finally on the right track. And better late than never, right? This book is very inspirational. It's very... it's touching a lot of things that remind me of my life and stuff like that. So I appreciate this book. And I just can't wait to see if they're going to finally talk about their mother-daughter relationship. So that's the end of the chapter. I shall see you in the next chapter. Bye for now.